Our topic this month is from freed to fired up. And I love the fact that as an entrepreneur, you do get freed. You do get released from some of the bondages and the things that maybe ensnared you. I remember when I got out of school and I was excited about getting a computer and a cubicle. And I thought a commute, but road rage and Atlanta traffic set in. So I wasn't so excited. But when you get the ability to be your own boss, to set your own schedule, you do get freed. But my question is, has that freedom fired you up or has it produced something else in you? What has that freedom done for you? You know, some of us, I think, we're free. We have choice. We have the ability to make choices, but we also have the ability to coast and be complacent. And sometimes I hear as a coach and developer of leaders around the world, our business, Lori and I started our business 38 years ago. We paid a little franchise fee of $40 and began to build our business. And now it's in all 50 states and over 20 countries around the world. But a lot of times when I'm coaching, what comes across to me as um, just a lack of movement, a lack of just heading in the right direction. Maybe they're stagnant, kind of stagnant water, but they would express it. Maybe they're stuck, like this gnarly chewing gum is stuck on this brick wall. They feel stuck, like they can't move. They can't take the next step. They can't go where they want to go, and so that they don't feel free. They don't feel free. They really feel kind of stuck. And in order to finish this month strong, in order to do what you want to do, you've got to get out before you get going. I remember um, I'm a walk through the Bible instructor. I got trained to do that. And one of the imageries that we use to teach the Bible is this exit sign of the children of Israel exiting out of Egypt so that they were able to exit. And I thought about that and I said, sometimes it's not starting something new as much as it is exiting from the place you are. Maybe you're one who maybe you've never used urgency to accomplish the desires or the goals that you have. You see, we talk a lot about procrastination being the norm and the natural, and that humans, you're going to procrastinate unless you intentionally decide not to procrastinate. We talk about urgency destroying procrastination here at the end of the month. But if you're in that funk, you're in that stuck place, maybe you can't get where you're going because you've got to get out from where you are. Does that make sense? I mean, here's maybe another picture for you. I know a lot of us, maybe it happened when COVID hit, maybe it happened, you know, 2021 to 2024, 25, when we were in a leaderless environment, when there was nobody pointing the direction our country should go in. It was just, it was sad. And maybe you felt like you were just leaning up against this rock and you were holding this rock up. You were supporting your family emotionally, physically. Your kids were crazy. They couldn't go to school. They were being, kept at home. There was this isolation that was happening. And as we've come out of that, you still feel like you're holding that rock. I mean, you still feel like you're stuck, that you've not gotten back to where you were before. And what you don't realize is take two steps to the left and realize that that freedom is there for you. Walk around the ding dong rock and go to the front of it. Go to the other side of that rock. Don't keep standing there pushing it and holding it up. Do something different. Be disruptive and make some changes and do some things that will get you to a new place. The way I look at it is freedom is not a destiny. It's really a force to drive you. Have you ever thought about, I think back about that analogy I gave you in the beginning, a college graduate getting a cubicle, a computer, and a commute. That's not freeing to me. So if that freedom that you want, could you let that be a force to drive you? could you let the desire to be freed up be a force to drive you? So, one of the things that as we get here near the end of the month, I want you to use some things to drive you to make this week the best week of the month, maybe the best week of this year, the next 7 days, next 6 days. I remember in the beginning when we were building this business, we would set goals at the beginning of the month. That's one of the things I want you to do is when the month starts, I want you to get with your mentor, your upline, and do a coaching call and set goals and have a target for the end of the month. And I remember doing that. Had never done it before, but we were naive enough and we saw people around us that were successful and we wanted what they had. We wanted to create that consistent, faithful income for our family. Initially, it was $1,000 a month. That's all we were after for Lori to stay at home. But then when I joined, it was the wellness bonus to cover insurance. It was the expense allowance, that BIB, that business incentive bonus. It was college tuition reimbursement for our kids and our family. So we began to see those things and there was urgency. And what we did is we understood. One of the whole reasons I'm doing this is I want you to understand that your destiny, your progress is controlled by how well you manage the month. You create your paycheck, you get your promotions, you get your bonuses, your rewards based on what you do this month. And then you receive it before the 10th of the next month, you know? So here we are, June 25th. And what I want you to do is I want you to recall, and I'd love for you to do a coaching call when you get off the phone today. I want you to recall some of the things that we talk about freedom. What are some things that would be freeing to you that you set as goals for this month? Bring those back in your mind right now. Did you decide that you wanted to make sure you didn't leave money on the table? Wouldn't it free you up and take anxiety away if you just decided, you know what, I'm going to qualify my business. Never going to miss that. I'm never going to leave money on the table. I'm going to make sure I've got 12 to 15 families on Juice Plus. So I don't have to worry about qualifying my business and I don't worry about losing that bonus. And what I now understand is it's not just me, it's me, my customers, my partners, my partner plus. It's that whole group counts towards getting that 1,800 to qualify my business every month. Maybe it would free you up to make sure you got the sales coordinator this month so that you knew you were at the top commission level and you never had to worry about someone else getting commissions that you could have had. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a new teammate getting a promotion. Maybe it's you doing something we're going to talk about in a minute to make sure you get the benefits of what the company's offered this month. What is it going to free you up? Okay. But I think what it's going to take though is I think you really have to be fired up in order to accomplish this. Do you know, and some of you that have heard me, you know, I've used this illustration before. I love word studies. I wrote my book, Make a Life, about a word called kairos. It's a unique word for time. It means seize the moment. But I remember as a child hearing the word gospel, and it was a funny word you heard in church, you heard in Sunday school. And then as I became a teenager and an adult, I would hear teachers and pastors talk about what that word really meant, that it meant good news, that it meant the good news that God brought through Jesus. And so I kept hearing that good news term. And then I'm going to do a word study one day, and I really dug deep. And the word gospel does mean good news, but it's an emphatic version of good news. It actually means too good to be true news. It's so good you can't not tell somebody. And I think in our business, and when you want to, when a goal, that freedom, whatever your goal is, when that can become your driving force, it becomes your driving force when you realize that what you have is too good to be true. It's amazing. I mean, I remember watching the Jetsons as a child, and they would push a button and the perfect food for them to eat, the healthy version, the door would open and it would come out in a bowl or a glass or something, and they would eat it. And then in my early 20s as a young married, preparing for a family, wanting to be an entrepreneur, all of a sudden, here's Jay Martin in Juice Plus that figured out a way to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule to bridge the gap between what we should eat and what we do eat. And now my family, 4 generations, at time 5 generations, has been flooding their body with fruits and vegetables for over 30 years. What a blessing. What a legacy of health to leave my family. So I get pumped about that. I see families eating donuts and cinnamon rolls and just sugar. And I'm like, don't you understand? Make you a smoothie. Use our complete protein powders to take empty, unhealthy calories and put something healthy in your body. And you get excited about that. Too good to be true. And so you focus that too good to be true and you shout it from the mountaintops. You can't help but share it. And you do that because there's urgency within you right this moment because there are targets and goals you've got to hit between now and the end of the month. Okay. So my question for you is right now, when you've got 6 days left in this month, are you going to procrastinate, which is what the world would do? And, we've got a program where you can just restart, you can postpone everything. Oh, I'll just wait. I'll restart next month. Didn't make it this month. I'll do it next month. To me, that's not who you are. You don't want to be a quitter. You want to finish what you started. And one of the things I learned early in this business, I had never done it before. No, I'd never done anything like this before. But one of the things I learned early on in this business was that I could roll up my sleeves. And when I made things important and urgent and I had a deadline, it was amazing how much I could get done. Have you ever heard the story about someone whose house was perennially just dirty? I mean, it was just, not clean. It was just not good. And all of a sudden, they never had time to clean the house. They just never had time, never had time, never had time. All of a sudden, they find out that their spouse, the dad, is bringing home the boss for dinner. And nothing was announced. He just called and said, like, it's going to happen tonight. We'll be there in 2 hours. Is it not amazing that getting a clean house that she would say takes a day or 2 days or 3 days, all of a sudden it's got to be clean in 3 hours? It's amazing what gets done in the next 3 hours because it had to get done because there was a deadline and she didn't want to fall short of the goal. I don't want you to fall short of your goals this month. There's some amazing things going on with the company right now and some things that we're doing too. Every month, let me show you how well it's working. We have Superfood now, our amazing Juice Plus powders in a drink. We have it in capsules. We have it in a gummy format. But our brand new Superfood is so easy to take with you during the summer. My mom always said, don't go out and do Juice Plus and find time where you're isolated and you're going to go do Juice Plus. Go out and do life and take Juice Plus with you. So I'm declaring right now, go out and do summer and take Juice Plus with you and join our challenge. It's to give out 3 samples of something, our Superfood, our gummies, our Complete, our Luminate. Give out 3 samples of something each week this summer. You can sign up. We'll hold you accountable. Go to makealife.com/summer challenge, and we'll make that available to you. Okay. Now, it's working. Last week, this is our second week winner, Carol. But last week, these were our top 5. Carol gave out 49 samples, Diane 42, Jack 32, Jan 23, and Trish gave out 17 samples last week. And I'll be sharing with you a video. We've just gotten in, I think they're coming in today or tomorrow, the amazing sample bags that are branded that you can use to keep your samples in. We're giving away one of those to the winner each week, and we're going to do a random drawing. As long as you've done 3 samples, you're going to be in a drawing to also be eligible to get that. So we want you to participate in that. And just congratulations. These were our last week winners and people that performed at top levels. Julie, Daniel, Carol, Don, Debbie, and there are going to be more this week. So you're going to sign up, makealife.com/summer challenge, and you'll get all the scoop. There's the company's offer this month. So you've got the samples that are the activities that you need to be doing to produce the results you want. And right here near the end of the month, we've got 6 days left. Anybody that you bring on board is a new partner. And why somebody? Now, it's much more difficult today to build our business. it's $52. 38 years ago, it was 40. So it's $12 more. I guarantee you that's way under inflation. It's under inflation for the last 2 years, for sure, 3 years. So it's $52 to become a partner, but our company says it's time now. It's time to join us. And we're going to give you a $52 gift card off your first order. When you place your order for your product for you and your family, immediately you get your $52 back. So anybody that joins, there's zero cost for them to join us. There's never been more momentum and more focused energy with our new leader, Travis Garza, with our board's mobile friendly first business tool, with our sales team and our organization of the rhythm each month of calls, in addition to us kicking off the month together right here and finishing each month strong. There's never been a better time. So it's free to join us. And watch this. And this is what I don't want you to miss out on. Make sure that you don't procrastinate, that you perform at a high level for the next 6 days. Make sure that you have 3 new customers on our trio, our quad capsules, our trio gummy order for adults, or our superfood automatic reorder, any of those, 3 customers, and you get to double your sales profit on those 3 orders and anything beyond that. If you just do 2, you don't get it. But if you do 3 or more, you get it on all your orders, you double your sales profit. So make sure you're doing that. Don't let this pass by you. Now, here's how you can jump in our summer sample challenge. Sign up. You're going to have weekly accountability, and we're going to post the results weekly, and we're going to give out some amazing prizes, okay? So I want you to do that. Makealife.com/summer challenge. And here's what you can expect coming next month. I love July because we get to focus on our amazing country that I love. I'm proud to be an American. I'm a patriot, love our country, love our soldiers that defend us, love our freedom that we have. So we're going to make July all about freedom. After all, that's why I got in this business. I think it's probably why you got in this business too. It was so that I could stop trading hours from dollars. I don't want to trade hours for dollars the rest of my life. I want to make a life. I don't want to make a paycheck. I want to be able to know what God's purpose for my life is, what I'm passionate about, how I'm wired. And I want to have a business that's the foundation so that I can wake up every day and pursue that. That's pure joy. So July is going to be about freedom. We've got 4 big events, and there'll be more stuff. But July 2nd is Start Well. That's the kickoff of the month. July 11th is going to be our live power hour, where we take an hour, we focus on the activities to do this business, and we have a Q&A at the end where you can ask any questions, and I can make sure you don't leave there with any confusion or anything unanswered. We're not going to do a special training particularly for July. There's going to be a unique video that's going to be released for you on that date. We're going to focus on how 3-way phone calls can build your business and create the freedom you want. And that video is going to drop for you and be available on our YouTube channel on July 16th. You're going to find that starting July 1st, moving forward, we know that video content's important to train you, equip you, for you to share and inspire others to join you. And we're going to do an amazing job, the best we possibly can, of making youtube.com/makealife, our Make a Life YouTube channel, be a source for you to find the videos you need. And you reach out to me. If there's a video that we don't have that you need, let's make sure we make it and have it, okay? I want to do that for you, and I want to reach out and be a resource for you. And then July 23rd, just like this, we'll have our Finish Strong call to finish out the month of July. Now, a couple things coming up. The Blue Ridge Boot Camp, which is, I do host it. It's my favorite boot camp of the year. I love being in the Blue Ridge Mountains where it's 20 degrees cooler in the middle of July, because it is baking hot down here at Lake Oconee in the middle part of Georgia. And we get to be in the mountains. It's a beautiful venue. We have an amazing party. We've got amazing speakers. Look who's on there. Gita Boo, Jill Wagner, Julie Herbst, Loretta Wilkins, Rhonda Hubbard, Skylar Stephenson, Stacy Whitmer, and I'll get to share too. I talked to Loretta Wilkins today. She is going to blow your doors off. So is Rhonda Hubbard. Rhonda Hubbard's a brand new author. She's got a brand new book that's got a passion and a cause behind it. And she is kicking butt and taking names in this business. And so we're going to have an amazing time, July 18th through 20th. And I want you to join us. And let me tell you how bad I want you to join us. We've got plenty of people coming, but we have more room. And I made a decision last week that I wanted the room full. I wanted everybody that wanted to be there to be there. And I believe God's going to have the right rear ends in the seats and the right message delivered for those people. But because we had more room, and I love planting seeds for the future, I decided that we were going to financially sow the seeds so that everyone who already had a ticket to the Blue Ridge Boot Camp could bring a guest for $150. I'm going to cover $65 out of my pocket for you to get that cost down for your guest to $150. So you can register at BlueRidgeBootCamp.com and you can be a guest of someone. The code is Be My Guest. There's a little bit of, we're running off the edges here. It looks like, let me see if I can make that work a little better for you. There it is right there on the edge. Boom, Be My Guest. That's a T right there. I don't know how that got off whack a little bit. But anyway, we want to make sure you're there. Lori and I are making that investment in you. It's filling up fast with this special. They're only like, I don't know, 20 or 30 seats left. So I want to make sure you grab those. Go to BlueRidgeBootCamp.com and be one of the ones that grabs that. Get someone that's coming to bring you as their guest and use that code. And we hope you'll be there with us. Okay, it's going to be amazing. I do a podcast just to plug into you. I mean, I believe I'm a mouthpiece. I don't believe that I created the message. I believe God called Lori and I to be in this business over 30 years ago so that we could do the things he wanted us to do. And I try to. I fail a lot, but I try to wake up and seek him every day. And I have amazing friends like Trey Bowden, who manages my online presence. And he and I made a decision that one of the things that was important to us, kind of in alignment with my message of make a life, not just a living, it was life. It's what you make it. It's not what happens. So we do a podcast that releases on the second and fourth Thursdays of each month. And many times, and should be going into the future, they're going to be live also on YouTube and Facebook, in addition to being on Spotify and Apple Podcast. But we get to talk together about some key principles. We have guests sometimes, but it's always powerful, meaningful, and it's just really fun to be together and share. So grab your phone or your tablet, however you listen to podcasts, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/makealife, Spotify, or Apple Podcast, and join us and hear those amazing podcasts as we unfold and share the journey of being intentional each week, not reactive, but proactive, to live this way that life, I'm going to make it what I want to make it. I'm not just going to let it happen and let the world dictate that. That's not a good outcome. Now, if you go to makealife.com/worship, you can find out what we're doing in Indy. God has given us a platform to bring our leaders together, give him the glory, put him first, acknowledge he's the creator, we're the created. And some amazing people have come to lead us in worship, inspiration, wisdom, and knowledge. And at our Juice Plus live conference in Indianapolis, Babby Mason, who poured into me, poured into my family, worshiped with us, led us in worship. She's going to be there on the keyboard with a microphone, sharing an inspiring message and taking us into heaven to worship in Indianapolis. You can go to makealife.com/worship, be on the list, find out when tickets go on sale. They'll just be like $10. We're not doing breakfast. We're just reserving the space, making sure we know who's coming. And it's not about the money. It's just, I know I can't get a good head count unless there's you got a little skin in the game. Okay. And it does help cover some of the AV, and it's a huge investment that we make, but it's all kingdom. So it's all great. We want you to be there. And then if you want me to help you just a little bit, kind of be a cattle prod for you, kind of like make you think Sunday night, Monday morning, I need to plan this week. I need to make this week happen. I don't need to let this week happen. We've got something, we just call it Wake Up with Kurt. And on Monday mornings around 8 o'clock, you're going to get a text message from me. And it's not that I'm the most sage, wise person to help you plan your week. It's a thought. It's a nugget to remind you that this week's important, that you need to take charge and make this week happen. So you can sign up. You can text Wake Up to my Project Broadcast text messaging platform, 478-377-7701. Send it to your friends, your family, your team. We'd love to have you join us. It's once a week, one message a week. And you can stop it, cancel it whenever you want to. But I think it might be just what you need to make sure you plan each week and seize that week, okay? Sorry I went a little long today. You can find me, reach me anywhere online at Kurt Beavers. I would love to help you on your journey. It's important to me. I feel blessed today because I know that the success that God's allowed me and my family to have can and is blessing others. And one of the ways that happens is someone tells me, you know, I feel like I've got a calling in my life. I've got a purpose. There's something I want to do. But if I don't change, if I keep doing what I'm currently doing, I'm going to continue to create a paycheck, but I'm never going to have the freedom and choice to be who and do what God's called me to do. Could you help me build a business that doesn't require me to trade hours for dollars the rest of my life so that I can be available to do what God's called me to do? That pushes my hot button. That's pedal to the metal. I'm all over that, and I would love to help you do that, okay? Hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for joining us. And July is going to be all about freedom. Make sure you perform and not procrastinate the next 6 days. Get your 3 customers, double your sales profit, and let's hit some major goals and finish this month strong. God bless.